My name is Taro, and in a few months I'm going to finish my studies for opera directing in Vienna, and as a diploma's exam I have to organize and direct an entire opera by myself, which in my opinion is one of the most exciting way to finish university, and I'd like to share this unique journey starting from the organization phase and leading up to the day of the show with an orchestra, singers, performers, makeup, costumes, and most importantly with a live audience. So please join me on this amazing adventure and enjoy the video.
Das ist ein... Was? Oh, das ist so scheiße.
I just had a meeting with my directing teacher and I told that I would really love to direct my most favorite operetta, which is the Fledermaus. And it got approved. Yay! Now, I need to find some people to help me out. Anton, who is a good friend of mine, is going to be the conductor, and we agreed on hiring students from the MDW for the orchestra. But I also told him that maybe we can have some professional musicians too for the orchestra. And I knew the right person to ask. This is my father, and he plays professionally in the orchestra of the Vienna Volksoper since 1993, and he and 4 other professional musicians agreed to play for us in the orchestra, which is incredibly generous of them. And as we have only 3 rehearsals with the orchestra, it is so comforting to know that you have professionals who have played this piece 100 times. I'm more and more starting to realize how insanely expensive opera is. It's really ridiculous. We have a budget of 7K, which is amazing, which is more than I've ever had before. Half of it already goes to the orchestra. It's not even the whole orchestra, it's just 1/3 of the orchestra, and it's already half of it is gone. So it's worth it. It's worth it. You know, there is one way to hire professionals, which is obviously money, but there's another secret way to get them, and this is called homemade sushi. Yes, I seriously made sushi for my orchestra. Did you know that if you say maki sushi rolls, you're just saying rolls sushi rolls, because maki means in Japanese rolls? I thought it might interest you. And now that we had a fully functioning orchestra, it was time to make the stage. Anna and I worked together in a bunch of productions as assistants, and she agreed to be my stage and costume designer, so I gave her the remaining half of the budget to buy materials for the stage and costumes and...
Ist Winter? Welche Jahreszeit ist denn draußen?
We started by doing something we call Bauprobe, in which you test out the stage with simple black walls and chairs to have a grasp for how much space there is for the singers to play and whether it's enough before we really actually build the stage. Are you happy?
Very happy. I think we had a very productive day and we tested out all of our stage settings.
It's a very nice stage here, it's amazing. It's a black box and you can do pretty much everything with it.
Yeah.
After that, we gathered all of the singers together and then we could start to actually rehearse.
Also, macht's mal was. Bietet was an. Bietet was an.
Kurve zurück und bist dann wieder da und sagst, Herr Direktor, hier alleine. Herr Direktor, da ist schon wieder eine Dame da. Ja. Die ist gerade um die Kurve nach rechts gegangen.
Ihr hopst den Gang runter und dann links die Treppe rauf, die zweite rechts und runter rauf, am Dachboden links den Gang hinuntergeschickt.
Ich hör nichts.
Ja, Alter, du musst von links aber dann aufgehen.
Ja, ich weiß.
Ja, okay, gut. Na, warte du. Das sag ich. Ja. Noch einmal. I don't know if anyone in the audience will notice it, but I directed so that Eisenstein wants to be scratched on his head to be comforted, but when Rosalinde does the same to Alfred, he doesn't like it at all, and I think it's a cute little detail that makes the characters alive and likable. Just a small little detail. The operetta starts with Adele receiving an invitation to the party, and as a Japanese I have to think of origami whenever I have paper on the stage. Is it too much Japanese cliché? Yes, it is. I think it has a poetic touch. Now I made 3 different airplanes. Let's see which one flies best. This is the simplest one. I think that would be perfect if this one is the best. Now we are going to attach one of these airplanes onto this fishing rod to Doesn't look bad, I think. Maybe a few adjustments. I was just going through the biography of Johann Strauss, and his father was his greatest rival, which is interesting. And I found out that I was living right next to the place where he actually composed die Fledermaus, and I didn't know that. That's where I'm heading right now. Here somewhere, I think it's upwards. We are close. Here it is. Maxingstraße number 18. And it's written. This is the house where Johann Strauss composed. I'm sorry, the cars are so loud, but it's a very busy street, so I'm sorry. But this is the house where Johann Strauss composed his Fledermaus. And this is the operetta we're going to direct. Now let us go through the piece while I try to explain the story, which is quite simple but tricky to understand. Basically, every single character is an asshole and they all hate each other. What a wonderful world, isn't it? In the overture, we see the background story between Eisenstein and lawyer Falke. They are good friends and both get very drunk at a party, and Eisenstein thought he was making a good joke by asking Falke to give some secret information about a case he is working on as a lawyer. Eisenstein put that video online, which went viral, and it even got to the local news. This made Falke lose a chance for a career as a young rising lawyer, and for that he decided to seek revenge. 4 years later, and Eisenstein has committed a small stupid crime, and now he needs to go to prison for a few days, but Falke, who has a plan for his revenge, invites him to go to the party of Prince Orlowski instead. Eisenstein is first reluctant, but in the end agrees to come. Mrs. Eisenstein, aka Rosalinde, has an ex-boyfriend who knows of the coming absence of her husband and sneaks up to her. But suddenly the prison governor Frank spawns to arrest Eisenstein, and he thinks that Alfred is Eisenstein and takes him instead into custody. At the same time, Eisenstein arrives at the party and already starts to flirt with young women. What he doesn't know is that Falke also invited his wife, who was told to disguise her face with a mask and take the role of a countess. Rosalinde, who sees her husband's unfaithfulness, is deeply hurt but decides to keep silent and manages to steal his watch, which he uses to seduce women. The clock bells 6 a.m. and Eisenstein hurries to complete his 8-day jail term. There he finds out to his shock that there was another Eisenstein who was arrested instead of him while he was at the party. He disguises himself as a lawyer to find out whether she was cheating him, and a fight breaks out. Hi, Taro from the future here. Sorry to pop in, but this is a topic that needs to be talked about very seriously, and if not treated properly, then this can lead to very dangerous or unpleasant situations. I wanted the slap to be with real physical contact. You can fake it like this, but you see this as an audience and it doesn't feel like a real slap. If the singers are okay with that, then I ask them to have a real physical contact. When you hit someone here with the upper part, then it makes a nice sound. I usually let it do with myself and then do it with the singers, but always asking first whether it's okay or not. Sorry for this sudden serious topic, but this really needs to be talked about in a serious manner because we want to enjoy our job and our environment. That's why I think it's proper to talk about that. So, back to the video. Okay. Ja, respektvoll miteinander umgehen, das ist wirklich rechtlich. Rosalinde stops him by showing his watch to reveal that he was actually seducing her at the party. Eisenstein is deeply shocked and confused. A quick light change and suddenly Falke appears with the entire party guests, dissolving the conflict by saying that this all was just the revenge of the bat and that everything was just staged to deceive him. Ultimately, the relationship between Eisenstein and Rosalinde is shattered, and the friendship between Eisenstein and lawyer Falke completely dissolved. Happy end. I know the story sounds quite depressing, but the music is so good that it gives the story a twist to make it very fun to watch, and this is the reason Die Fledermaus is the GOAT of operettas. So, day of the premiere. I am very looking forward to that. All I can do now is to wash some champagne glasses for the audience and hope that everything goes accordingly and well. And now, let's enjoy it. Let's go!
Ich spreche zwar kein Wort Französisch, aber für die hübschen Pariser Kätzchen habe ich mir ein paar französische Zungenbrecher angeeignet. Ça, ça change schon mit la Chamelle chinoise.
Und was heißt das?
Keine Ahnung.
Nicht pariert, sich ziert wie ein Thron. Dem werde ich ganz aufgelegt, die Flasche.
Erst ein Kuss an mein Bruder.
Thank you so much for watching. It was an amazing journey, and I hope that I could give you some insights on our amazing opera world. My goal is to build a new opera community with my channel to make opera even more accessible for newcomers. And you could help me a lot by subscribing and giving a like to this video. It helps with the algorithm. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen herzlichen Dank. Thank you, and see you next time. I was about to upload this video, but then I received this letter with the notification: I herewith confer upon you the academic degree of Magister der Künste, Magister Artium. So now I'm officially a Magister of Arts, which sounds weird. Thank you MDW so much for the study. It was amazing and I learned so much, and I think the real journey starts from now.